To understand the way our eyes work, we first need to understand how light refraction works. Refraction is the redirection of a wave as it passes from one medium to another. So if we have a light source and place a concave lens in front of it, we will see that the light will change directions, or be refracted. Same for convex lenses. The point where the waves meet is called the focal point. The eyes work in a similar way. By the year 2050, half the world's population is expected to need glasses due to myopia. That's over 5 billion people. So if it feels like everyone around you wears glasses, it's because they probably do, or soon will. But now that we know this, let's get started. When you're first born, your eyes kinda look like this, and the way that light refracts off your cornea and lens into the retina looks something like this. Which means nothing is in focus. Because for something to be in focus, the focal point should be perfectly in the middle of the eye. With the introduction of sunlight, your brain starts producing a hormone that's responsible for your eye lengthening and bringing the world into focus. Fun fact, since the focal point is in the middle of the eye, it means that we actually see the world upside down. It's just that our brain is used to seeing it that way, so it can rotate it effortlessly. To test this theory that we see the world upside down, and that the brain corrects it, in the 1960s, psychologist George Stratton wore upside down goggles for several days. At first everything was disorienting, but after a while, his brain adjusted. He was walking around like it was normal. This is thanks to neuroplasticity, your brain's ability to rewrite itself based on new input. Okay, now you are 6. Your eye length is at the perfect size, and historically, for most people, this is when your brain sends a signal to your eyes telling it to stop lengthening. This is the perfect length of the eye, which means that for most things in medium range, your eye is perfectly focused. And if things are closer, you can actually use your cornea by squinting to make the light hit the lens in a different angle, in turn making the focal length closer and being able to see clearly. But if one's eye is more lengthened, then you'll see people having to squint to see things at medium length, because their focal point is in front of the retina. And squinting pushes back the focal point, in turn giving clear vision. But the cornea can only refract so much. So for things further, the cornea can't refract enough, so it doesn't matter how much you squint, you can't get clear vision. We don't really know why more and more people are having lengthened eyes, but there's multiple hypotheses, and the truth is most likely a mixture of them. Hypothesis 1 is that because children now spend a fraction of the time outside compared to their parents, the brain, who needs daylight to produce the previously mentioned signal, doesn't stop the lengthening of the eye until later on in life, which is already too late, and then corrective lenses are needed. Another hypothesis is that people are spending 8 to 12 hours watching screens that are very close to their face, so the eye adapts to only watching things from a close distance, which in turn ends in the eye lengthening. It seems like it mostly comes down to how our eyes grow and how our environment shapes them. Less time outside and more time staring at a screen is changing how our eyes develop, and for many people that means needing glasses. So that's why so many people need glasses.